Abusiaman transiansa. Arehosam kese pa na ato yi. Mepese sabri you be observe a minute of silence for Yenia Bema Dada KD. So original naso. Bibia will be such a great legend. I have shown in Sakeke. Mama ye na di sema ba kope ebra ye de kai no. Abusia Onyankopon emfa Dada KD ne kra ensie yie. Ya mabusia yako. Ghana mayina ya hwere ye de hye kese pa. Ya magana fo ina yako. Emma a oja mu akire obi bia wo akire a no ben Dada KD. Ya mamu ina yako. Onua show time. Sabre abusia sadia yedi kan yaye no no. Asem kese na ato o man Ghana. Anso enne mempanifo a ye ne omu di dwumadie ye ne omu hye dwumadie asenye nne wo mo ne Mark Brown atene konwa kese so a bepem nne enimrei wo mo aba be kan yensa e wo studio ha nti sabre die obeboa me a na sabre mi introduce mapanfo a enne nimrei ye ne omu atena sempanifo a ye ne omu be di dwumadie de kan mo ma minchia me a me wofa ba akopɛ Uncle Fred Kyei Mensah Wafa na wapo mu tesan
Dr. Kusenes mapo mu ye na aweho ne wum kakra
aweho
wum pa wo say my hello mi
so
kra mi so
yeah
pe mobo
nya na so asa ton ne so aka ho
nya sem kitwa
oh Wafa kusewate
that's it
mimi na hu tesan ugu training no so
training bay
say what lose ahi
ba Lucy be 10
what lose be 10 je ebe koso sa ugusu koso pa na ya na me hu say wo ye no na aduane so nchen
na nka ma minidi
Kobe, how was your week?
Polish.
Say me hu say baby abefo nkran ha bia boys life matter what's the boys are then
We say to me empower boys, you know.
sir
Because Endra say me call East Legon, na me say young boys at that form. Na you're ho. Into
no more ball na bre no more da na say
wo mo nyina bebre o mo ma me no papa ewu. No bi o so.
O mo nyanka.
Yes, no bi o so a ote ne papa ko ware obi fufuro. Na oba na mo treat
nkwala na adwa na 15.
So mo nyina 5 years. O mo nyina 2 pe o me nkwala be 15. Me no pe na onum wi an on fe do bonen kana no. O mo aka nyina.
O mo na herbalist.
Yes, 12, 13, 15, 17. Into no area of into no me so if you say I'm sure it's social welfare or Ghana.
Okay.
So munyina na fi so say to me entity pa boys na e wo krum ha no.
Mate.
Na Friday no so me call akokwasa me ni DJ Mensah.
You so kwache school
so
yeah.
School bi o matena form for so many years. Omo te form no musia there.
Oh.
And I saw akodi ni DJ Mensah obey my to me kwache school for ni.
Mo we say ma sa akodi ni DJ Mensah.
So I think my weekend has been amazing. And next week, me call Saturday day, me call South Africa.
Okay.
Mental health advocacy. We have a big conference. In some of whom boys' life matter. No, they invited me to come and speak.
So almost
Saturday, yes.
Almost say papa ndet ne bra na so almost nkwa bra.
So sana ya oko yuka nkwa oko no. Almost na. Saturday day me I'll be in South Africa.
You know, akwana for
say na oko UK na oko.
But how was your weekend though at the banking sector and everything?
By God's grace it was fine.
Maybe of course come
was fine.
Okay. What for the kind mama fa on chassis? Dada KD hwehwe books no mo na fe fa ye ko archives no mo ade na wo da if Dada KD ho
no
na bakosam kakra te sen
ye sem pa na we be fafiri anwum nwoma tie aduonu nkron chemu dunsia ne dunson Psalm 49 verse 16 17 o say so obi nya ne ho a insuro ifi ani munyam edoso a emu hu if se owu a se nyema ni nyina onye den onfa enko Psalm 49 verse 17 Dada KD around 1993 and oye ne nwum okumase it is set on a radio station eba for eba private one no Joy FM 95 no and next studio be ewo matake we friend CHM Combined Heart of Music
okay
the one na recordings that mallet
ewo
ena Sami Hawani
o for popona san kakra no
set time na oho ene efia ha studio ene na ekoso pa ti me ho center na programming center we computer na be ye obiti a ne ra ba ha na se de ko ho na e de akwakoto aso
okay
ti oho ena me koto eno me koto no Charles Amwa young man titia kakra set time na obe around 25 years
okay
set time na Reggie Rockstone so aba or the hip life air bar so be book studio ti ne day na bi o night
on the route eye
aha je honam hu Dada KD na nanyum chacha mo produce man on nche bia na ko abrochiri e ko Germany na o Dada KD a edukwa nyame enum ni e ka se efie nyansa ene ye ya o bi pa to hwede nyum tran ti ni be fa ayonkofa till 2014 2015 no sa ba Ghana so ba be tran say ade ye me ya kra se na fiada no a fiada we ye enwuma me ne e so ye enwuma ma me yere fe na kusu akwa bia
ya mame
yes it wa ba beto first verse no at chorus o chen yampa me beto Facebook mo bia hu ti o kwa ba be second verse ka chen so ko America aba eno se fiada nwumre ye wo restaurant bi wo friend say around bill my friend because ko didi
okay
ti ho na ohima we je me hu Facebook say we say am friend say Uncle Fred unua no awu de kuro nyamiem ni obi a na o ho no e hu say bi sunye pa because Dada de bi fia na ote ti bi no a wo bi ahwe me Facebook bi a me ne post two picture the last time physically bi ni share when na era Michael Kwei o we o ka kire say me boa no na onye ni campaign ti bi ni ko ho se ko boa Dada KD en semene de ha e kwan ho e bi wo ha me mfimi fan ka
wo fa wo oben wo a wo hwe no oba wo a wo ba to nyum ka wo studio Dada KD no obi oyare oba no o kire bibi so oyare ano no se bibi ha no
akwasi enya to nya obi ayare o abrina bi nyina na me ka kire o se wo to ha na to mfiri 70 wo to fi 70 a pressure beba diabetes amra o tiare bi beba na onipa kura ka odum dam a obewu a ka odam na ka wusu ye bobo pa o otinipa ye mo bobo too much bebe papa tam owu ye tam na doctors akọ 2010 me bobo na Africa ko ha ya 11 o'clock e ka je sem papa akọ hospital yeah, doctor bi enu sana see we should MCC you so ko ha is what say and now the health system so how is it na bi nyina na to I see enyare because it's all wo and opportunity palpitations kitikiti I thought check it oni para bit ma check ya ko say eni to ni para say so ofiri fie na ko bi aso ko da nyame ya adom a beba me ka say me kwa basisi a if say me no ni wo ye na ebo timing so time no bi eni chum e ma yen Dada KD aba be ye bi frustrations bebre ako ka ebe kwa kwa yen bebre tibili ne bete do ani ameka wi a kire ba Ghana for mesrem so say wo ye bi obi e bo no nwum ye te say aboma ye nwum wai o ma ye nwum enura radio station bia almost entertainment show bia e bo Dada KD
free promotion
ipa do sen e na free no say Dada KD bra kwa na me interview na so me ye yamma oni pa chance bra o tiase that's it
wo say man to fail me dey why any tuntum preko nem say utumi say mimi Dada KD oben na interaction how well do you know him?
I know his music. Minim the popularity. The man has done a lot.
Okay.
Oba no na we felt say he was mimicking Daddy Lumba.
Okay.
It's not us Daddy Lumba. It's just that no more of love songs.
Okay.
But he sounded like him. Everything of his was like him. So he was like something like an optional to Daddy Lumba if not available. And we bought a lot of hit songs. Me the Martin nyompa baby.
Because me say they know the way obugi wa no.
Oh, me
say no be a rapa. Ebi aka wa sama ma wo.
Baby. And I nyom no so a trendy wo TikTok a lot even before his death.
Yeah, sad and obon homo dem pa. It's one of the highlight parties.
Rest in peace. Nyom trendy. Panty. Ye ba social media side omu promoting nyom pa whilst he was alive because people love his lyrics.
Okay.
Nti nkofo you super on TikTok.
Especially weddings ahodo.
Yes, nti social media there omo antwen amane. Say be a traditional media now for air candia. But for social media, no. He was always his songs are timeless. Nti every time be a popping up on TikTok obi party I say omo bo.
Sometimes once obi ko anya broken heart plan no follow to Dada KD nyom.
And you know so funny enough young people of this generation the real munim lyrics no. Eyenwanwa It shows that you are timeless and people who say yeah, then you resonate to it. And you know that obi obeka so nim ne bia de no oboa. Wo social media nkwa de unim ni mpokra se wo nyini mpo wonte ne nkada. Wo social media nkwa de obete ne nwom because people use a song a lot.
Wow. Mama mo sama mimi. Sir. Now, Kobe, who there from the bloggers fraternity, what you ma did you encounter Dada KD? How with Makana Bakwasam Kakra? How do you know him?
I think say mention Shan 101. But the last time me who know Daddy Lumba the vast day concert, you know. So when I think say over stage, he just came to just hug Daddy Lumba, and that was that time me who know, and that's the last memory I met him exactly. Now. Anytime I make a long journey, I may drive be and me touch anything, because driving out here, especially now, long journey is just evergreen. So that me kind of his songs are timeless, evergreen, and I think say the only issue and sometimes I will highlight legends for say most of the songs were popular than the image. Into the most trend, but a lot of people into know. Sabi who ya na social media. Omo using them on TikTok, you know. They know the song. They know the lyrics, but the image behind the music. Into no, I think say wabeyebi, I say bema beyebi, wanyeni his legacy in the music fraternity, and he was somebody I met an interviewer who was vocal about the industry. And back to anytime be assembly metana platform where somebody can say, what are we doing for our legends? We know because we don't have any Hall of Fame to celebrate. So what is the industry doing to protect some of in Nemana, Yempenu Formina, Omukono? Just say sometimes a hard drain. Say, Juma Bayan, we don't have any Hall of Fame to protect the legacy. Now, the American church on the semester, Nema, in the Bush and four. We had Michael Jackson, Bob Marley, and Nelson Mandela. Crazy legends, Omuna, Mabano Mokono. Almost family members, and also Omoma consciously, they are trying to protect. And no more year and any
exactly.
But over a day, say, Ubi Befim, na Bones and Ma, Yankasa, year first president, Ura Kwame Nkrumah, or Sajafo, Oko Netflix, in the documents, in your Oko YouTuber, just say, so now, say, like proper documentation and a documentary. About Osada for Kwame Nkrumah.
Say we could be your school near history about Kwame Nkrumah. Na your co school history kakra you swear about it even from primary school kakra to O level. A bit about him. So I don't know available online.
I am even talking from the visual point of view.
Okay.
So about the visual side. But the bottom line is that Dada KD, Sebi Yanko Pomfani Kra and say by Mestre Sebusian Fono will protect the legacy and an industry as a whole. No. Mestre say, if you are going to do some museum or some Hall of Fame, just to protect our legends, because day in, day out, they are moving out of the space. But what is going to be the testimony or the testament of the fact that we had a legend in a year, past? I think that there's something we can do about it.
Now, since I would say, a Charterhouse for anniversary, no, Castle Comba Bell Lanche, a Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame. A question saying.
I understand, sir, they wanted a portion of the Ghana Museum to do that.
Okay.
I think they are still on it. Maybe Robert behind, maybe some timelines, but I say na also. And some of these things are Kobe Kano. This is an institution doing for the whole industry.
Okay.
So if you want in-depth of Dada KD, you not get a lot of in-depth. You might just get Dada KD, the day expired, the number of albums and all of that. But what Kobe is saying is that just go in a detail more. Because we call Netflix, you see some other documentary about some other illustrious people in other countries. In Kofubi or Motiase, you get some documentaries about them. I think there's a documentary on Messi. Even there's a documentary on Spotify, Spotify music app, how it came, the challenges they faced in US and all of that. So that's what he's saying. And I think I agree. Even if we've not had a documentary of our first president, it's a big thing that we need to look at. So we need to look at having a documentary of the whole high life space and feature some of these acts. But I mean, deepest condolences to the family of Dada KD. After we know some of the interviews now and all of that, you can see that he spoke about a lot of things in the industry, but we just made them talking points and we just moved on. We should have just focused more on it, and that's my worry. I think next time artists kasa we shouldn't make fun. We should just take the critical points and analyze it well and try and help them resolve the issues than just moving on from the issues.
That's my next day. I'm coming. Audience, when you're prepared, maybe it's a nipa ba community about the amuni wo Dada KD ho. Na wa share what thought. Just nipa ba community. Ne ya hwede ne ya celebrate Dada KD. Ne life and the legacy and no more obeye wo man Ghana. How well have we celebrated him? Wafa. So who did say Dada KD as our man Ghana? You're celebrating the year. Na mam sambisa biem. You're celebrating this year, Wafa. Do you think say bibi koswa ye adwen free so kwanya kakra na obi show kakra na obi show? Are people going through situations yenim hu bibi ana?
You go through situations pa doctors oko takradia the lives of CK
microphone go inside mama.
The lives of CK man Jiwelaka Ebru Kinsel Papa Yankson. So oko the central and western region e dey be pa na wo ha e nkai nu momo doctor nyina nua na ekoko na na padu infa na izie no
obo
nti bebe o ko ye no nina info send it me a concert class ye concert for na padu concert annual concert do ko se be nua nko fu mu ska pa who thought of that one ti na padu agu ko ama record o ye organ Guinness Book of Records mu say the whole world you can obi a o competition obi a ma. It's gone. The guitar crowd class strings or piano. You can find a tree baby. Or dread my be so welcome to Nana produce the king of everything 3 years somebody be every guitar be crying to. And
then the first microphone called the two man na bibi.
Now no so I be Celestine and Nancy. Microphone you first no for rampasa. Ho. Say you so na me ha and you so the seminar man come say name na. Why are we doing this to ourselves? This is a musician. Now ba o man mu ha say na nyame anya wadom anya hate. Anya concert bi anko ba do hwe yem pay form to a teacher boatin nom oboba je adofo nom how we celebrating them eti woto na so obi ko okowi anu ano no na nyom ya fa obonyom agbo yasia live band na no me ya article bi say live band for nipa mo di omo pa o mi swatin cancer nom bebi obeko bi abo nyom CK man nipa do say na me live band manager sa bo so me so a says can cry bia yeti bi da come almost say nyamo nyom a because e just say look ba kan o man mu ha say enya yen ha life for na ifo a enka enkrobi ana say ekuobi ana so mo ye nsado do no mo particular bia almost akye nto because o ko bebi na kota ba ma dabi ye amata ba ma pato ma me 3 bottles of say unye no
for the nyom na rinsa
o me rinsa opa let's the busy stuff all their product will go down. But you can't move. There are few people who in fact, about your baby piano, a bob ding, set the creative industry. No, now I'm trying to be about President Mahama Basso in terms of the creative.
Yeah.
What I said,
the workers, yes,
and I'm a consumer, a big case, yes, and see me or kind, any door, your map, dog, you know, even on he's trying. Or the creative phone, I would say, Simon, when you phone say to me, it's me, mine. Kin Onyina. Okwa George Benson bo guitar the chord progression o mo ye nu bi no mo wi aye e de be kan wonyina o hen o ti wi asa about the start there e du baby na de baby na from we no
for from no so na men audience no mu ayi why na kita microphone no e de bi fama lady no aha madam Bodin na fe e de na wonim father da KD ho wo de no nwuma ye den wonya broken heart pain.
If I show your friend Elizabeth Mensah, do na friend me UK1.
UK1, yo. You for Ghana 1.
Me pacho Dada KD me pene nyom pa.
Okay.
Na since Friday na meti asem in fact anya me de na me raho.
Because
me de nyom eye videos pa e wo TikTok.
Okay.
So na me pene asem so. Nti na nka me pese me ni share 101 na
Anya ben wako na yase. Next person. Ben wako. Yes, next person. Yes,
Pacho me dance. Dada KD.
Bodi mama papa, bodi mama.
Afropop Psy Clinic. Locate me at Fadama.
Okay. Epic yanko.
Dada KD will be personally I know him. Na KK Fosu. Mami car baby.
Okay.
I check yes, min kai yes near call baby a fra home mangwase.
Okay.
Now up performing at the end, I was with them together. Dada KD will be a penny person. All around him when he beji obe cracking jokes near day. And there be some I can say Pastor Beji now sorry them ekra mic preach about odo. Now so sorry them him nankasa no yen ankasa yen show odo ni nche nipa.
Asori ben no.
Sorry bia.
Yo.
Pastor because we say bonne no if you sorry them by your dream say e hope ye preach odo asem inti na ho no bonne ni o. But the na bonne no Dada KD preach odo.
Okay.
E wo ni ndum tum. Sometime ora ho kra na utie ni ndum a.
Yeah.
Unhu say oka bibi inti pempo say obaya oyonko bone nya oni na jai no tumi uni ni kobom inti Dada KD de wa mankrofo abom nya me fa ne kransi thank you
amane de mo de no da wa kire won fama da wa kire mame me pese me tie da bibi kakra ba na fama da me fama papa fama no da de otunch aha da kakra ba na wo de papa woni afi woni fi ye Dada KD nwum wate no abakosem ben wate afa no. What can you tell us about Dada KD?
Yeah, Fred Douglas Opokubuama.
Okay.
Na Dada KD. Yeah, na bidum friend KD.
Yeah.
Things said the ubia kano matenenium, itienenium, and utieneniuma. You see that kind of humility in it. Say or you ubia or brand huasi.
Okay.
Nti Ghana yenyinan. Music fraternity ni the creative art no yenyina ya hwrade.
That's right.
Nyame emfa ne kran insi.
Me pe one person from this one Gen Z phone baako former de o share kaba no ntoma awura aha former no madam then na onim fa Dada KD hu Gen Z phone mo na mo de na nwum TikTok
pacho mitie nenyum.
Okay.
Nenyum afutu ewom kama. Utie a wunya afutu e de bo wo bra.
Okay.
Uye obi a oya basabasa na utie nenyum a utimi enya nsa
twa
bi.
Ya mo kasa mo ya basabasa ya mo ye den.
Pacho asode ne ka ho.
Yo.
Yes, nti afutu bebre wo
nenyum. O ma me sma wo nko.
Nti na afutu bebre wo nenyum a utie a wo de bo wo bra. Ama ni si yi. Pacho de ameni mfa ne ho.
O ma mo se bo ni short time. Remember back to the studio. Let me be say, now what do I hear to us? Yeah, regulatory agencies, musica, Gamro, all these ministries, no. Do you think, sir, Sam Komoya Yedi, they've, I said, Omatia, Omumwa. And what exactly is the issue?
Doc, if you are saying, I did maybe a data. Data don't say, CK Magman or John. Yes, so more fry your uncle, yeah, na bound, Papa Buko video by Fred Comna Afezi. On a paper, a boy, boy. It has been me who bear my yammy soon. Comna Fezi. Osha compositions are here a moment students are called winning back. Why and I can't win back from I can't come na Fezida. Oh, walk up. No, friendly. One of the best composers in Ghana. Most of CK Magnum have on a night church at the man coming now here. Because we don't have data on music. Shemi, I feel we've been 40 years in the industry.
Wow.
When you perform, we say, oh yeah, for example, some kwa Jekim kwa his. Appear to some kwa his gramayo. Sluki mae. And a remedy on a bo.
Appear to school our quarter land.
Land on remedy on your zim land. Oh my. Samini. No, Obama one of school Margaret Mary. Regizip a crack academy Mujaniba. Do for me as a 3-year. Freddie may be trying in so semi near Magana, Hawaii, a boy. Particularly, they help me in that.
For Matisse, I will say, I saw for Bina, they are so support to Kaka.
Oh, yes, any day. They be a member of Bin Mabaso. Ghana will be dinner, but oh, you need papa. He's the person I will show me, and I'm even finish that. Was it that me woo? Okay. Emma, Obi thankful, and your thankful. They didn't see your answer. Because he has something can say, we don't celebrate our own. You better Chabwating. Bayo, me, we are seeing more, a janka, we never catch Patomas, and again. How are we celebrating them? Papa answer go. Sikama go. Oko Western region. There's nothing to even name him over would finish ho. Dada KD. And then na minu me nu esun. Ye dey kwacha asase. If we say I give you no info can here. To the last minute say ye dey kwacha asase kwa. If one other can obeto. And I'm not so where they ubetuaka and the album.
Mimi, do you think sir Yankasa was creative people? Yeah, say you more conversation. Yes, you can we are near theater. That's why people, the authorities are not taking us serious.
What exactly can we do? Say there are platforms that we air our views, and I feel like agencies, government agencies, they are responsible for such things. should be able to be picking up conversations because that's your job. So we're talking about the tourism and authorities and all of those people. Since you are put in that position, you should be able to follow all entertainment platforms and all. If not you, your team should be following and picking up conversation that industry people are putting out there and combining them and also working on it. And yet necessarily say, yeah, can we should follow up. Somebody has also been paid to do that job. So you should form a team who would be, monitoring all entertainment reviews.
Okay.
Everything to do with entertainment, tourism, and anything of that sort. So that your team can bring you back the report for you to also work on. Having said that, I also believe that Nyoma Wenyina is a cultural issue. We do not have the culture of celebrating people. It starts from the ground up. So it's a culture thing. So I am saying the biggest solution of this problem is to start ground up. How do we do that? In me, I've started it with my daughter.
Okay.
Every win, I celebrate her.
Okay.
You have to put that thing in the kids. I was saying with the
Okay.
Omususano. A culture thing ye ni wo ye mu yamfa antete yen enti yenyi edu no, it's not in us. We yen feel she say yen celebrate we are okay and normal because it wasn't instilled in us. So the biggest solution is to start ground up. Into osi edisha yen kwala animu me ma realize sad yen into me yema me ba no every little win bia me celebrating money hu me timi ka che ne say mommy has done this, clap for mommy. Me mani celebrating me.
Mummy no.
Yeah, me no.
Who them as mama did no.
Yeah, no. Me to me dress my is mommy looking beautiful on celebrating me because you need to instill those things in the kid. Having said that, say me yes I will feel we have to take it to the schools.
Okay.
Make it something that is being studied and instilled in the children in the school. Small wins for school. You have to teach the children to celebrate people. Celebrate your teacher. Teacher, be all chem kwalana de wako we need best bibi wo baby. Move back to school. I was a headmistress to me say this class your teacher won this or he went to speak. For example, if Kobe was a teacher and he was going to speak in South Africa, school no, I was some friend crying in our say because of the teacher aye way on boys life matters in your friend is so umbra number sharing opinion was South Africa and no was seeing na ye bona baso wa ha nkwalani na yen celebrity. If you do that to the kids from school onina e wonimu that say it is important that we celebrate people. So that is the solution.
I see. Wow. Kobe, since Dada KD talk for me, I haven't seen Minister Penufo, I haven't seen any tweets from them. Sharing moment with Dada KD. What do you have to say about that? And I stand for correction. Mom say be a minister, be a true baby, and I say baby say be a president, be a true baby, and a baby. Why should it be so?
Even from the creative arts,
even from the creative art aspect.
Yes,
what is happening?
I think that some of these things are unfortunate. And some of these people, share on legacy, and that's why a minister can be on the vetting committee and tell somebody say, "Oko a serious business," because most of them don't take us serious from the where we are. But when you look at the US of A, it's the creative industry that shaped the minds of people about that country. And their movies was a big statement. Even in Nigeria, they use their movies to give a statement. Recently, we called Nigeria, I was shocked about the places I saw and the ones I see on TV. So a lot of these creative things shape minds, minds outside the country. But unfortunately, our people don't take us serious. They take us as and they leave us out the policy discussion. But most of the times too, I don't blame them.
Okay.
I blame us. Because when you listen to some of our discussions and some of our line of thoughts that we don't suggesting for policy discussions. You're suggesting for bibiakike. Instead of us to drive nyama ebe boa ama industry na grow, we just sit down and just talk. You see, some of the discussions we are having now, the documentaries, one ebe and all of that. And I keep saying, if we keep waiting for these government people, it will be difficult. And I've said this point a lot of times here. Uncle Fred, he's mentioned a lot of names, and I'm asking myself, am I even reading music well? You understand? I don't know a lot of the names he's mentioned. But if we partner a production house and start
even a podcast with Uncle Fred and start putting some of these things out there. We have started documenting some of the music things that we lost. And we do episode 1, episode 2, and even put it on YouTube. It's going a long way. Yeah. But if you are waiting for someone to come and take over and they're bedding, because the people are already won't take it serious. Until we have to take the thing at once and write it before they see that at the end we are serious, so let's take over.
Coming from the wrapping up, from your perspective, from being a journalist, a writer, and for that matter, an active person, activist, what can we get from some of you, Angle? I'm also contributing for, because when I'm now you're documenting and all that. What are you guys also doing towards some of these things? Don't you think that most more you have the creative writing aspect, most more something to contribute for some of these deficiencies that you're experiencing?
Yes. Before I say my comments, I think Mimi made a very profound statement in how I would say to me, your celebrity, your heroes, you know. Reverend Osei Kofi, you say Omunamoje, African Cup, so kind of Reverend Osei Kofi. Is the name right?
Yeah.
Yes. Me hear an interview be, and I say, ni colleague be on the ball boy was Spain, Real Madrid. And I say, of course, Spain, who say, or no canon in ball bossing a brantian, but of course, Real Madrid on the street be, actually, I was Spain. But what Reverend Osei Kofi, I have a ball Ghana or Moje African Cup, Ghana, and then any I am more. Aya country bi anase omo koje aya World Cup no mo ko back to omo club they said they are no almost line up no mo bon say mom. How we celebrate little achievements in this country no den intini so bi e hwe ofie ni city audience so bi e bibi na say ya let's celebrate the culture of celebration no den yen kire eye nkwala no. And back to your question, I think say from my perspective and my angle as a journalist and as a blogger no, I think say we can do more. What can we do? Is to move closer to these people to ask them if we can document or write about what they are doing.
I say, "Bibi, I just say, Mama Muskan Samatro." I say,
it's because sometimes.
Yes. Bibi, I just say, Mama Muskan. Yes,
I understand. But I will say, me and Makoye Kobiche and I say, "Well, Dr. Ernest, our person will tell you a story. No, you need to also invest in whatever information you want to put out. Sometimes it's okay, say, be all relaxed, say, be because I will charge you, you know, oh, na yen trail once a man, and also the back actually. So I will urge every creative art person, say, you have to get closer to journalists. I mean, Kwame Daddy is doing amazing. Let's try to move and collaborate with bloggers and document everything that we are doing. This is what we a year cry na bloggers edinechi or program na bloggers edinechi. We must make sure say odi we china or track or performance no properly. You are documenting everything the person is doing. And yes, idea for me to see say most of these legends are going. Okay, we so bu and the first guitar you so ebia Dr. Pablo the first guitar you no should be or say museum be and kwala be fie be atemale aba excursion aba be fancy garden ni show be or year or atemale sa images no I was say to me wo baby and kwala be fancy garden to me Philly stadium or atemale we need to do all these things. And Osanka be say institutions, I think say institutions in Ghana no most of the institutions in Ghana are failing us because you what to we CEO there was some authority be you need to factor creative art industry. We hold the economy.
Kobi as say nkofo bia ya appointing nkofo a wo modwon mo salary hu chen bibia nipa no kọ ya no mo ko gine salary na allowances nti adwuma no kura no I say ye no I say opepe na de adwuma no eni ho. People are looking at themselves more than serving society. For me that's what I see.
So they don't serve us, we serve them.
Yeah.
And that has been the culture in African politics.
We are rather politics. Serving them, they are not serving
in
us.
In African politics, you know, ono better land Christian now all serving no. But you tell from minister, I come Bible, you can be a minister. Minister, just oh serve, oh preach. You tell from minister, no. Into by over Africa and about Ghana, can be a minister. Or not to
a checkbook.
Now, now all serving.
Our minister a checkbook.
What is wrong?
Minister about Washington region, or Bono Hoigmapa. So Otiemia, Opa, Beba. Now, Yako Dr. KD Sibaho, or Patata and about or relics of the KD cinema or Imako Hockey, now, now, right trip park or almost pen deck at KB. Now, the MP, you are not because it's a me Fredima, Miss Studio, a second, coming from such for that, coming from Ufre with Chebaye, and there we used to do more behind the face. It had a Catholicism for Comabaho. You and I were not there in 1948. You compare Bobo Bukani being family to and just said Dr. Kwame Kwame Bobo Kani. Now I'm from Ra.
Exactly.
What this is I didn't think you quite Elvis Presley. We are in 1977. Ever seen the woman?
What idea we're crying? So only tourism, Mamma Casa, we get to Mamma, a very nice woman. I met over the weekend. But I tried to be the minister. Our banner or yet near my pa. It may be a man's hair lie. Okay. Oh, my audience, let me now. Not only say you make it that's anti region proud. Abusia, and then Ray said, I would say, on your show time, Jimmy Dino. Aha, and a day a year Dada KD, the tribute celebration, Yedibesi. Now, yes, sir, penny for Ghana and penny for. As I say, my mama, you creative, so your president, you're a JDM, you have a special love for the creative art industry. You have done a lot, especially from individual point of view. But we need a lot of things to happen. All the agencies now are creating now, we need them. Our celebrities, in the way they are dying and there's nothing to write about them, all this is becoming an issue. Dachi in Chiriman Kwalane Ebano, there will be nothing to talk about. Obia Kwalabia and one ma. Ubisan say, Eden and Ampedibay, Onim, Donimani, Arikeli, Donimani, a friend say, and Kualana Monquan in Bob Marley crouching and Ampedu. Can you imagine? And Kuan in Bob Marley, a crouching, Nanampedu. And this is a factor of mine. So, Omana, a team of legends now, you wanna. You bet to me, I show Monomo Muye, yet documentary near to many museum be able to assume Habaquasamno. And Kualana Mum Enim, but they are learning about Marcus Garvey. They are learning about all these people. Now, Akora Onua Ghana, what Mikron Bremesukuma, or the Marcus Garvey about the other.
Exactly.
What they power, what the other. Kwame Nkrumah more bear no. We are not focused on some of these ones, no, and projecting what they came to do. On my penny for you are Sudi Diasu. Na mestre mama margin and cost animesu, near my bibiaso and coso.